Hi, this is Cheryl Petersen with Healing Science Today and with Richard. We have known each other for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
And we practically read one another's mind.
Oh, Cheryl, we've been reading one another's minds since the beginning. You know, I remember that one morning I got this spiritual epiphany and I thought, I gotta call and tell Cheryl about this. So I picked up the phone, but there wasn't a dial tone.
It was back when we had old-fashioned phones, and no dial tone means that the phone could be being used.
You know, I didn't know if the phone was dead or what, but so I quietly said, "Hello? Is someone on the line?"
And I said, "It's me, Cheryl."
I couldn't believe it. I remember I laughed so hard and I said, "Cheryl, I was getting ready to call you to share about this epiphany that I came up with."
So I told you, come to my office. And of course, after you arrived, I said, I wrote something really cool this morning and I want to read it to you. He let me read first. So I did, but then I looked at him and he looked royally bummed out.
Well, that's because you wrote exactly what I come to tell you. I no longer had a horn to toot.
Sorry about that.
Don't be sorry, Cheryl. That's when you introduced me to the concept of the one mind of God. I never even heard that before. A mind greater than my own. You know, I think Paul from the Bible said it well. In 1 Corinthians, Paul argues back and forth with human wisdom and then admits, but we all have the mind of Christ.
Do you have an example of how the mind of Christ can be lived in everyday life?
Yes. Before my wife passed last year, I got very, very depressed and started drinking alcohol and taking drugs. And it went on for a couple of years, and I just knew I just had to stop this.
Are you saying you sacrificed your own mind to the mind of Christ?
Well, I guess that's one way of putting it. But at the time, I needed the mind of Christ because I felt as though I was losing my own mind.
Oh, I'm following you. So did you stop the alcohol and the drugs?
Actually, I did. And you know, I felt a lot better about it. But then I noticed this lump and this pain in my chest.
Yikes. This sounds like a thriller novel.
More like a horror movie.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor and she diagnosed the lump and called for a mammogram to double check if it was breast cancer.
Did you make an appointment for the mammogram?
Yes, but I had to wait like 45 days. And that was the soonest that they could get me in.
Oh, how did you spend that time?
I was scared to death. But I was able to yield my own mind to the one mind and not worry about the what ifs. Because it was the what ifs that was creating all this fear.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did the fear go away?
I can honestly say the fear did diminish. Each day I acknowledge inspiration and health from divine mind. Even if I found it in the garden. A tree, you know, in its own way expresses the intelligence and the health of one mind. It was as if one mind revised my mind with love and peace.
Oh, wow. I'm with you.
Well, you should be, Cheryl. You did revise Mary Baker Eddy's Science and Health, if you could show the book, please. And read the sentence that you read to me 20 years ago.
All is infinite mind, and its infinite manifestation, for God is all in all. But I am curious, Richard, did you make it to your appointment?
Yes, I did. And the mammogram confirmed health, and the lump was gone.
Oh, what a beautiful story. Not losing your finite mind, but gaining an infinite mind.
Yeah.
And the one mind is everywhere. It makes me think of last Sunday when we attended Catholic Mass. The deacon talked about, let me just read it from the Bible. The Gospel of Matthew. Jesus spoke in parables, saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son, and sent his servants to call those who were invited to the wedding feast."
We're invited to a feast.
Let's go.